My fellow alumni, welcome to our belated 60th reunion, 63 years after WMTH-FM went on the air in the fall of 1959. It was my senior year. My name is Marshall Seese, and I graduated from Maine East in 1960. There were some 1,300 students in my freshman class at Maine, but in 1959, there were only about half of us left because it was also the first year of operation for the new Maine West, which was built to accommodate those students who lived in Des Plaines. It was also a year in which our football team still included those students from both Maine East and Maine West. We had an undefeated season that year, you can imagine. Well, it was also a year when Maine Township East launched WMTH-FM, our new radio station, one of only a few in the entire country that were licensed to a high school, and at a time when FM radio was still in its infancy. No one really knew the impact that FM radio would ultimately have on the entire media business. FM radio was still way overshadowed by AM radio, 50,000 watts of non-directional clear channel signal over which was heard the golden age of radio as it slowly gave in to the new broadcast medium of television, which was still mostly in black and white, but full-color television was just over the horizon. Two members of the faculty at Maine, Mr. Keith Hahn and Mr. Whitfield, were charged with the responsibility of putting a new educational radio station on the air in 1959. Its name was, the project name anyway, was Swamp Fox. Yep, that was its code name, so nobody knew what you were talking about. Both men were very busy over the summer of 1959 putting together what was needed to launch WMTH-FM. Now, Mr. Whitfield was in charge of the engineering and operation, and Mr. Hahn, the programming and on-air talent. There were several of us that were solicited for the initial announcing needs. Me, Harry Ford, and Tom Chadwick were among the first. I was given the responsibility of recording the emergency broadcast message. Harry Ford was to host an evening jazz show, and Tom Chadwick was to be a sports announcer. To my knowledge, we were the first three voices heard on WMTH-FM when it went on the air. And that's 63 years ago, and it's stronger than ever. WMTH, studios at Maine East, Maine West, and Maine South. New digital platforms have been launched. AM radio is there. Television is there, all under the WMTH banner for Maine Township High Schools. And you and I are still a part of its history. Always will be. And we are a part of its future if we want to be. There are opportunities to mentor those now at each of the WMTH studios and to network with each other within our own unique universe of alumni in a rapidly expanding universe of media platforms. Yep, this is just another reunion, but a very special one. How many reunions of this nature do you think there are? I don't think there are very many. Thank you to Dave Schubert from the class of 1970 for the vision and the foresight to press on with our WMTH Alumni Association.